City University of Hong Kong is an international university which emphasizes the integration of research and teaching. The university promotes diversified, cross-cultural studies through various educational programs. To promote our educational vision, City University of Hong Kong produced a series called Beyond Boundaries, Dialogue with Presidents of World's Leading Educational Institutions. Professor Wei Guo, President of City University of Hong Kong, talks to presidents of universities and principals of high schools around the world, exploring each other's strengths and looking forward to the future direction of educational development. Tel Aviv University in Israel has a unique logo. 3 black circles symbolizing the ongoing pursuit of the unknown, at first unclear and then glimpsing something more coherent until the revelation of new knowledge. The university was established in 1956 with the merger of 3 research institutions: the Tel Aviv School of Law and Economics, the Institute of Natural Sciences, and the Institute of Jewish Studies, initially operated by the Tel Aviv municipality. Tel Aviv University was granted autonomy in 1963 and became a national public university. Now, Tel Aviv University is the largest university in Israel. For a young country facing major challenges arising from limited natural resources and challenging geopolitical situation, Tel Aviv University has undoubtedly made a vital contribution to the development of Israel's society, economy, science, and technology, serving as the mainstay of this startup nation. The university has turned out many talented graduates who excel in all spheres of the economy, society, and culture. Some of them have become political leaders of the country, including 1 prime minister and 9 ministers. According to the 2021 PitchBook Universities report, Tel Aviv University was ranked 8th on the list of global top 50 universities producing the most venture capital-backed entrepreneurs. Tel Aviv University also promotes a multidisciplinary approach to research in neuroscience, environmental studies, cardiac research, cancer research, energy studies, nanoscience, and cultural studies. Tel Aviv University is particularly renowned for its R&D in the field of medicine. In 2019, researchers at the university successfully printed the world's first 3D vascularized engineered heart using a patient's own cells and biological materials. Today, we are honored to invite Professor Ariel Porat, President of Tel Aviv University, to share with us his unique experience and vision of leading the largest, most central, and most influential academic institution in Israel. Professor Wei Guo, President of City University of Hong Kong, is well known for his research on the reliability of electronic systems and nuclear energy. In his early years, he worked at Bell Laboratories in the United States, who held the position of department head and dean of the School of Engineering in an American university. and was conferred academicians in various countries. Professor Wei Kuo has served as the president of City U for more than 10 years. His philosophy of education is summarized in the lyrics of the City U anthem, which he wrote, "Learn and question beyond boundaries." Professor Wei Kuo has also published several books about education. He is particularly concerned about the challenges facing contemporary education around the world.
各位朋友，我们今天到达 Tel Aviv 以色列。以色列是一个非常了不起的国家。以色列 the state of Israel was established in 1948. We have the pleasure to meet with the president of Tel Aviv University here today, Professor Poet. 以色列在建国之前，它是在地中海的东岸，大漠的西岸。如果用马致远的诗来形容，它正是孤藤老树昏鸦，小桥流水人家，古道西风瘦马，夕阳西下，断肠人在天涯。是一片荒凉之地，也表示游子之情，可以说是一个寸草不生的地方。他们在这种情形下建立了一些大学。在1948年建国之后，世界上散居各地的犹太人回到以色列这个地方，他把沙漠之地辟为良田，农业改革非常进步，科技也非常发达，他们的社会教育程度非常高，所以我们今天非常高兴 to have the opportunity to introduce to you President Poet. I give a short introduction about the education level, not only among Jews, but also in Israel. Since the university established, the illiteracy rate has been very low. And the university has been so young, but you have performed so well. You have so many faculty members have been interactive with the rest of the world because you are highly international.
Globalization or internalization is one of the main goals of Tel Aviv University. So currently we have every year about 2,000 students, all degrees, coming to Tel Aviv University, studying in sciences or humanities or law or business and so on. We are now in a process in which we want at least to double this number. In addition, we have an ongoing relationship with many top universities abroad. Generally, our approach is that each and every department of the university should have an ongoing academic relationship with the parallel department in a top university, either in US, mostly in US, in Europe, although we have also good relationship with universities in China, Tsinghua University, in India, IIT Madras. We recently launched a joint program with Columbia University for liberal arts, with a major in liberal arts and two minors, one in entrepreneurship and the other one in life science. The program is consists it's all together 4 years. 2 years the students stay at Tel Aviv University in Tel Aviv, and 2 other years at the Columbia campus in New York. Northwestern is another university that Tel Aviv University has very close relationship with. When I was the dean of the law school 20 years ago, I established a joint program in Northwestern on public law, and it's a very successful program until today. Another program that I established then was with Berkeley Law School, and now we have a new initiative with Northwestern on social sciences. International relationships are very central to the DNA of Tel Aviv University.
Tel Aviv University plays an important role in Israel's economic, social, and technological development. It has cultivated a lot of leaders and scientific research talents for Israel. In pursuit of diversified development, the university is actively promoting internationalization, conducting cooperative research and organizing courses with universities around the world.
So we are trying to be international. We really believe in that. Many of our students go abroad in student exchange programs. We also want to expose our students to international experience. As I said before, I think that part of the strength of Tel Aviv University is this international aspect of it, being exposed to different cultures, to different ways of thinking in all fields. You know, there are still challenges ahead of us, but I think we've done quite a long way in several areas. So one thing is that there is a general issue, I think, in most universities abroad in sciences, that there is less than the number of women professors is less than the relative share in the population. So we have made progress on that front, and we want to do more. We have all kinds of initiatives here to encourage both students, female students and women faculty joining Tel Aviv University. Another challenge is about Arab students. As you know, the Arabs in Israel are about 20% of the general population. At Tel Aviv University, it's about 14%. We want to reach the 20% at least. And maybe the last point I would mention is that there is what we call in Israel the periphery, both geographical periphery and social periphery. So that was a program that I established about 20 years ago when I was the dean of the law school. And the idea is that instead of admitting students to the university according to the what is similar to the SAT, to the SAT exams. The SAT is the one used in the United States. So we have this kind of a similar system, a kind of an objective, uniform criterion to admit students. So instead of using that criterion, what we do is we look at the performance of students in high schools relative to their peers. Right? So for example, if there is a developing town in the southern part of Israel and the students it's very hard for them to get admitted to Tel Aviv University, or at least to the most competitive schools or faculties at Tel Aviv University, we allow them to enter the university if they could show that, say, out of 300 graduates of their high school, they are, say, the top 5. We don't care what your set is. It means that you are really good, that you have a very strong motivation. This is another way for us to increase diversity, and in particular to attract excellent students from the periphery that would not be able to get admitted otherwise through to the main gate.
We know the Jews are the smartest people intelligent, you attract a lot of good people to Israel. Do you find some people are living here too, and what we call in USA the brain drainage, right?
Yeah, it happens, of course. I mentioned before that part of the internalization of the university, or the international aspect of the university, is that many of our faculty go abroad to pursue PhDs, postdocs, and they are exposed to top researchers all over the world. And some of them decide to stay and not to return to Israel. But the numbers are very small relatively to what one should expect. Our main competition in this regard is with American top universities, mostly because of the salaries. It's very hard to compete with Harvard or Stanford in terms of salaries. As I said, nevertheless, most of Israelis return to Israel. Why? You could think of many explanations. One thing is that, maybe I believe that many of us still prefer to live in Israel, right? We were born here and this is our country. Another thing is that Tel Aviv University, right? The vibe of Tel Aviv University, the ecosystem here, the fact that you could interact with top researchers and scientists in the world, you can do it here in Israel.
I learned a little bit about how the president of a university is appointed. From my understanding from you was it seems the politics seem to be hands off quite a bit, and the operation of universities has been quite independent of the many things. So, the academic freedom issue is a two-edged sword, and people need to promote academic freedom. It seems you have done really well in terms of academic freedom in the context of campus autonomy. Can you enlighten a little bit more?
So in Israel, the budget to public universities, most universities are public, including Tel Aviv University, and the budget comes from the government, but it doesn't come directly from the government. So for example, I do not need to go every year to talk with the government as to the budget of the university, right? Because if I had to do so, then there is a risk to academic freedom. They might say, yes, we would budget you this way or another, but only if you do X or Y. Now, instead, we have a commission, which is a apolitical one. It's composed of apolitical figures. And that committee gets the entire budget from the government for all higher education, and they allocate the funds to the universities and also to colleges. So for that reason, I believe academic freedom is not a real issue when it comes to government interference with academic freedom. There are some exceptions. From time to time it happens that there is an issue with academic freedom. I could give you an example. It was kind of a hot issue in Israel until recently. It was about a person, his name is Oded Goldreich. He's a professor at Weizmann Institute in mathematics and computer science. And a professional committee recommended him for the Israel Prize. Then the Minister of Education decided not to award him the prize. And why? Oded Goldreich, politically speaking, is very leftist, and he expressed his view several times, criticizing the settlements in the occupied territories, and in particular was very critical and even called for other institutions in the world not to collaborate with a university which has been established in the territories. And for that reason, the Minister of Education decided that he should not be entitled to the Israel Prize. Now I, together with some other presidents, protested. We thought that that would be an infringement of academic freedom. Someone should be considered when speaking about awarding prizes, not according to his political views, but according to his academic performances. And moreover, I thought that if people like Oded Goldreich would not get prizes because of their political views, it would also affect, in fact, every researcher or scientist that before expressing his views on controversial issues would have to decide whether he wants to express his views or not, knowing that it might cost him later on by not receiving a prize. Eventually, fortunately, the Supreme Court actually accepted this view and ordered the Minister of Education to award the prize, and the prize was awarded even though a year after the committee recommended, they eventually got it right.
In the next episode, President Wei Kuo will continue his dialogue with Professor Ariel Porat, president of the Tel Aviv University. They will discuss how to cope with human morality and ethics in the face of scientific and technological progress, and explore how the university can cooperate with industry to apply knowledge and skills to serve society.